Sometimes I like to play to play music that I know will annoy you just because you're such fucking music snobs. That's Brendan Urie, Panic at the Disco doing. I mean, Matt fucking falsetto. You can say what you want about pop music and shit, but that's an impressive singer right there. That's an impressive singer. And shut up, Stephen Hawkins. Shut up, Josh Patterson. Shut up. Who else? Who else is making fun of this shit? Jonathan, is this what theater kids listen to? You know what? Nobody wants to be you. No one gives a fuck about what kind of music anybody else but your own personal self likes. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you don't like that music. Fuck you, man. Pop is garbage. You're an idiot, moron. Pop is excellent. Stands for popular. It means a lot of people like it. Trust me, nobody needs your perspective on the world of like, nah, if you just listen to moron and listen to his music, you'll see the truth. No, you don't got the fucking skinny on truth, the monopoly on truth, you fucking son of a bitch. What do you mean it's garbage? What's garbage about it? It's a fun song. It's got a fucking nice melody to it. It's from a good movie. Jesus Christ, you're snobs, man. You're fucking snobs. But that's okay. I'm glad you're here. It's nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Kiss is great too, man. Marcus Order says he was cruising to Eastbound and Down earlier. You goddamn right. That's a great fucking song from the Smoking the Bandit motion picture show. But you know, kids today, it's not good enough. It's not what I want. God, I don't think you guys understand how unappealing music snobs are. I don't think you understand how obnoxious you come across. Like, there are songs that people will play for me that I won't necessarily like, but I'll move on with my goddamn life and go, it's pretty, it's pretty good for that guy. Shut up, Mitch. Mitch says, I'm sorry, but that show last night after State of Play was the biggest bitch fest I ever heard. Half the things Jaffe and the Triforce guy hat were saying didn't make sense, such as, be specific, sir. Be specific. What would you like? Who gives a shit, Mew? I'm so tired. Let me. I'm going to help you out, Mew. Clearly, your dad went out for cigarettes, hadn't come back. That's okay. Let me be the dad for you. You never had. He says, I wouldn't be caught listening to any of this music. No woman would date you, bitch. Do you really think? I want you to think about the quality of women you're trying to get with. If a woman will not hook up with you or date you because of your musical enjoyment of the kinds of music you like, are we serious with these women, Mew? Maybe you need to aim a little bit higher. Maybe you need to shoot for a higher quality of woman, right? Because that's nothing but heartache heading your way, bitch. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a woman judging you because the kind of music you listen to? Fuck off, lady. That's what I would fucking say. Fuck off is what I would say. But I've never given women like that the time of day. I'm surprised when I still hear people say that there are women out there that really give a shit what people drive. And I'm like, you're serious. There are some women out there that that cares what kind of car you drive. Are you shitting me? What a horrible relationship you would be in for. Although Jalapeno Milk does say the generation that grows up listening to the kind of music I just played will lose us World War III. Okay, well, maybe. This is possible. This is possible. Hey, Calico has just become a member of our little family, our little dysfunctional family, Calico. As you can see, we're already angry at each other. The show has begun and we're already mad. And let me tell you something, Calico. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your support. What is this jackass talking about, Calico, earlier, who's like, yeah, Jaffe and the guy in the hat last night, his name is Jay, sir. They weren't making any fucking sense. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, be specific. Be specific. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't think the State of Play was, oh my God, Morgan, settle down. I'll get to you. Let me put it up on the screen so I don't forget. God damn, lady. So explain to me what this person is talking about. The idea. By the way, moron, I love Pink Floyd. What are you talking about? This guy saying that last night we were just bitching about Sony. You know, the problem with you, man, and people like you, um, thank you, Eric. The problem with you and people like you are that you make this assumption that I mean, I want you to understand the limit of your ability to use to discourse, to commune with others. I said positive things about Sony last night, but I also felt it was a poor state of play. I'm sorry that we disagree. Um, that's, but see, that's not true, Addie Pie. You just don't understand nuance. Addie Pie's like, Jaffe, you tell everyone else not to bitch about games. No, I don't. And then you yourself bitch for 2 hours. Bravo, man. No, you don't understand. None of the games on display, other than a few, as individual games stand. What did I say? I said that there's a lot of these games here that could be great. The Shinobi game could be great tonight. By the way, it's at 10 o'clock for some reason on IGN. There's an 11-minute deep dive gameplay on what was the one, Tides of whatever, with the hot ladies at the end. That could be really good. I'm excited for that. The Sonic Racing looked like it could be really good. Obviously, the Returnal game, and by the way, more information. I wish they would have revealed this yesterday, but it took later in the afternoon before Housemart came out and said that it is a rogue-like, not a rogue-like. So it's all the shit that I hated about Returnal, which I think is one of the best games Sony has made in a decade. It was brilliant, but it had that Achilles heel of being a rogue-like. It's a rogue light now. If you don't know what that means, it means that when you die, unlike Returnal, their new game, the spiritual successor, you will carry over a number of things. Not everything, but it's more tuned like Hades and designed like Hades than it is like a proper rogue. And I think that is exactly where that game needs to be. I am excited about it. And then you've got this other person. Yeah, I said hell, what was the one? What's it called? Hell is Us, or what is it called? The one with hell in the title. Tides. Well, I don't know, Addie Pie, if Tides of Annihilation will be a game contender of the year, but we'll see it tonight. But it did look good. Hell is Us looked awesome. So I'm sorry, you don't have the nuance to hang in this particular YouTube show. If you honestly, your takeaway from my communication about yesterday's state of play was everything sucks, it's terrible. Nobody was saying that. I was talking about the lack of first party. I was talking about the lack of innovation regarding what was on display as it relates to presenting the games as trailers. It was not a very good show in that regard. But some of you guys are such babies and children with your little boxes. I love Sony. Don't hurt Sony. Don't hurt PlayStation any more than that. You're like that Chris Crocker guy with Leave Britney Alone from like 20 years ago. They'll be fine. I assure you, they'll be totally fine. But no, okay. So Morgan, let's get to Morgan's bee in her fucking bonnet. Oh, shut up, you piece of shit. Look at this tactile therapy. Helen Hunt. I used to have a crush on Helen Hunt. Jaffe, your comments on Saros were just depressing. Just because you suck at Returnal doesn't mean the millions like me who love it has to capitulate for gamers who can't handle it. Yeah, it really does, Tactile. It means exactly that. Do you know why it means that? Because there are not millions of you. If there were, they wouldn't be changing anything, and the game would be called Returnal 2, which is kind of a redundant title. But regardless, no, you're just wrong, man. Sorry. You know where you need to go play your games? AA and Indie now. You have been relegated to the margins, just like almost all hardcore fans, just like some of you fucking snobs earlier that couldn't hang with the fact that I was playing Panic at the Disco to open the show. Yeah, that's too popular. I need something that is written in a minor key that speaks to the Marxist mentality. Fuck you, you snob. That shit exists for you. But what you have to understand is you are not the majority. You are not the people that need to be catered to when these companies are spending $100+ million on their software. Sorry, you're just too good of a player. What is your fucking name? Tactile Therapy. You're just too good. And in being too good, you have to suffer like the artist you are. You must be relegated to the margins, banished to the wastelands where only the indie kids go. But that's okay. There's pride you can take in that. But fuck you, okay? Because games are not made for a small little sliver anymore. Not at this budget, okay? So go fuck yourself. I suck at Returnal. Probably. Guess what? I don't care. My money spends just like yours does. And when I buy a game at $70, $60, whatever it was, I expect it to fucking be a good fucking game that doesn't require a goddamn year of muscle memory before I can play it. So fuck off. Morgan says in all caps, why are you conflating Devil May Cry? This is God, Morgan, you know I love you, buddy, but you guys are such snobs. Why are you conflating Devil May Cry action-like games with FromSoft games like FromSoft Souls games? This is on purpose. Okay, let me make something clear to you, buddy. Because you came at me also on the YouTube channel, and let me show you what you wrote. And I want to show you what my response to you was. And maybe you just hadn't seen it yet, which makes me go, maybe you shouldn't be such an asshole. But here's my response to you, my good friend. What did she write? Let's go to the comments here. I'll bring it up for you guys to see. I got to find it now. Hang on. Here we go. Your opinion, this is Morgan writing to me. Your opinion on two character action games like Lost Souls Aside and Tides of Annihilation makes me question how sober you are. Lies of P is Souls. These two are not. And here's what I wrote you, buddy. I said, never question how sober I am. You must always assume the answer is not sober at all. And then I said, as for definitions, okay, you were probably right. I mean, on Tides, I think you are most definitely right. From what we've seen of Lost Soul, I don't know, but you are probably deeper into that than I am, so I should take your word for it. Do you understand now, Morgan? I don't give a shit what genre you put these in. I don't care. I like Souls games. I like character action games. I love games. Oh, goodness me. Please, someone call RFK Jr. and let him know that my vaccines have caused me to incorrectly categorize some video games that aren't even out yet and put them in the incorrect genre. I don't know, but it's just because of what I said. My goodness, you guys are some bitchy fucks, but I love you. But I love you. All right, thank you, Morgan. I appreciate it. Let's get to this super chat right here that just popped up in my brain pan. Mark says the platform I'm usually on, and thank you for the super chat, sir, is PlayStation. But even I can say when a state of play is poor. There was no first party showing it except the CGI with a 2026 release, right? And again, doesn't mean that Sony's in trouble. Doesn't mean your investment is in trouble. It just means the show is all right. Wasn't that exciting to me? But if you liked it, that's awesome. Good for you. Enjoy that shit, man. Look at this. Look at Tactile Therapy. He's come through. He's realized the error of his ways. He says, Jaffe, but seriously, thank you, Mark. He says, I rescind my last comment, Jaffe. You made a point I hadn't considered. AA versus AAA. I do agree that the hard games with no option should be relegated to niche audiences. Exactly, Tactile. See, we can be pals. We can be friends, and friends go to the prom together and they can still be friends, and there's no obligation of anything happening afterwards at the Hilton Hotel downtown Alabama. Thanks, buddy. All right. Oh Lord, you settle down. We will get to the Twisted Metal trailer in just a second. Listen to this. Calico steps back up with a very generous super chat. Thank you, sir. He's become a member, and he's also let the world know he's Mr. Moneybags. Thanks, buddy. He says, I saw Tech Talk was interviewing you. Who is Tech Talk? You mean Jay? Is that Jay?
Their channel is Tech Talk.
Oh, okay. But Okay. His name's not Tech Talk. That would be weird. I saw Tech Talk interviewing you and I was hyped. I didn't know you did YouTube. I was born in 99. My childhood was built on Kingdom Hearts, God of War, Twisted Metal, Ratchet Jack. You're a legend, bro. Thank you, Calico. On behalf of all of us who made those games, I was one of the many, but thanks, buddy. And I tell you something, what's weird about that show, when I go on Tech Talk, which I enjoy doing very, very much, I get the sense they're real serious over there, right? I get the sense like we got to come in. I'm just going to give you some behind. Every time I log in to the Tech Talk, you got Jay and Rich, and they're arguing before they hit the live button. They're bitching at each other like an old married couple. So I feel like a kid like of divorce or something. Like, is this what that was like? Like the parents are arguing in the next room, and I just got to be real quiet. And then they go live and they're talking like, I feel like I'm watching like somebody broadcasting, an assassination attempt on the president news thing or so. It's like, do we have the roll in? Did we roll in yet? Do we roll out yet? What's happening? And I'm just like, it's a YouTube channel, man, relax. But the point is, so I get very nervous when I go over there and I have to be very serious, Calico. And so if you come to this show now and you're like, this isn't the guy that was on Tech Talk, I have multiple sides, my good friend Calico. The one that you get here is unfiltered. When I journey to other people's homes, I follow their rules because that's what a good guest will do, regardless. Thank you, Calico, for being here. The internet was overly hyped for a February show, says Chain Whip, and he's talking about the state of play. Yeah, again, Sony owes us nothing. They gave us a box. The box works. Deal done. Transaction done. Right. I'm not. And they had a earnings call today, and they were like, it was the best Christmas we've ever had. I think it's goofy when they said they want to double down and keep pushing into the family market. I'm like, guys, Astrobot was a critical hit. It was a award hit. It was not a sales hit. What are you doing? But whatever. But, they're doing great. They don't need your allegiance or my allegiance. But you're not wrong. I do think it would be nice if they excited people like they used to with like, oh my God, that game looks amazing. And no matter what you feel about Sony, you have to admit that that's not happening this generation. It's okay. Man, I get it. When I was a kid, and I know you're not kids, I hope you're not. When I was a kid and you said something bad about a Spielberg movie, them's were fighting words because in my mind, it meant more than just a movie. He didn't need me to protect him. He's Steven Spielberg, one of the richest people in Hollywood. He didn't need me. But I'm just saying, though, I get it. I understand. But it's like, just take it from somebody who's been down that road. You look like a moron when you're defending these companies. You can love Sony, I guess, but you can also go, yeah, the state of play was like, we were expecting more, and we were, and you should expect more too. Why not? Okay. Mike Oxlong. I love it. My Coxlong. What's funny about my Coxlong though, is he says this and then he's like, I would just write my space Cox apostrophe S space is long or long, but he's doing it in code here. Like, what you think I'm going to be? Oh, you got me. I said Cox. So my Cox long. Never go back on what you said, even though you're wrong. It makes you seem weak. Again, my Cox long. Who cares if it may? Are you weak or does it make you seem weak? If it makes you seem weak, who gives a shit? The best thing in the world is be seen as weak when you're not. You know why? Because that's when you can sucker punch the motherfuckers and they don't see it coming. Why? Because they thought you were weak, my Coxlong. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. Okay. Okay, I'm reading the chat. Give me a minute. Can you chill out and sit down, Jaffe? The games are coming. Just wait. Oh, shut up, Addie Pie. Go back to fucking your mother. I know she's dead, but still tight enough to get the job done. Okay. Okay. They hate us. All they want is your money, says Hawkins. No game company gives a fuck about you. They don't hate you at all. There is no they. It's a company. Some people who work at Sony and companies like that probably consider themselves one of you, and some of them probably have great resentment for you. But it's so what? The fuck do I care? Read my membership quote says, fuck you, Scott. I'll get to it. Look at him being all bossy like a little bitch. I'll get to it. But thanks for the reminder. Scotty Woodford, member for 35 months, man. Thank you for that support. Oogie Boogie, I hope you're doing well. It was a lame state of play in Xbox butter. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's why I chose not to read it. Hey, I'll tell you something. I'll always read it if you pay for it. I mean, unless it's offensive or something. But no, of course, Scotty Woodford. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Stephen Hawkins says, I named my Diablo 2 Necromancer Chop Chop PP. I love that. I love that. Okay. Coming from a person, says Wayne B, that games mostly on PC. I love the state of play, but if you was expecting more first parties, I can understand why you might be upset. Yeah, I get it. And I'm not upset. Thank you, Defense Back. I'm not upset. But I'm just kind of, it would be nice to see more from first party. What's my most anticipated game, says D-Trucks. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man, because there's so many games coming. I mean, like that deck builder haunted house game has me really excited, but also after today's show, by the way, it's a great segue. We will be playing here's the day. It's a really, really busy day today on the channel, by the way. I want to let you know what's going on. Check this shit out. So after this show, we will be playing a bunch of games. We will be doing Avowed mostly. But we'll also be playing Guns of Fury, which is a blend, just came out today, of Metal Slug meets Metroidvania, right? Which I think is a really neat combo that I haven't seen much of. And there's also a demo for a game that people are saying is really fucking good, that just hit Steam today. That's like another Metroidvania. There's also, we're into season 2 now. There's a great new couple of events. There's a Terminator event and a Shadowhunt event on Call of Duty. We won't be doing that, but after this show, we'll be doing Avowed, Guns of Fury, and this other demo. And then tonight at about 7:30, we'll go live. We have the broadcast of the DICE Awards. This is happening in Vegas right now, the show, and then the awards happen tonight. This is probably, out of this year, out of all of the awards nominated, different awards like Keeley's and the GDCs, the DICE Awards probably are the best, most, in my opinion, accurate reflection of the best of the year nominees. So it should be a fun show. That'll be happening on the channel tonight as well. So hopefully we'll see you there, or at least on the Play with Avowed in a little bit. Avoid the Void says, Jaffe, have you played Avowed yet? I played it briefly and it's way better looking than I expected. No, I've not played it yet. I bought it. I have it. It's queued up, ready to play today, but I have yet to actually turn it on. I wanted to do that live with you guys. It's currently sitting at an 80 on the Metacritic. The bigger outlets did not love it all that much. Like GameSpot gave it a 6, and IGN gave it a 7. So, whatever. Maybe it's going to be great. Maybe it's going to be and I'll just go running back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But so far, pretty good reviews, man. Looking forward to playing it. In Saros, I am very much looking forward to now, because Saros has come out and said, I'm not sure if it's going to be in this story. I haven't checked it yet. But one of the developers came out last night and made it clear that it is, here's what it says. You'll have to wait till later the year to get a closer look at the gameplay. This is coming from GameSpot. Housemarque yesterday did note, not in the trailer, they should have, but whatever, that Saros will have permanent resources and progression to help you out should you die during a run. A big difference when compared to Returnal, and how each death effectively had you start back at square one. Now, I know I played probably 20 hours of Returnal. It wasn't totally at square one. There was a little bit sometimes you could do to carry over. And that's, I understand. Now, let's be clear, because I know some of you guys will get your panties in a twist, but it wasn't enough to break into the market that game deserved. Returnal is a brilliant game. And if you ever want evidence of why this goddamn controller here is probably one of the best video game controllers ever made, the DualSense 5, is that what it's called? Or the Dual, I don't know what the fuck, the Sony thing for the PS5. Play Returnal. I know a lot of people say, oh, Astrobot. And Astrobot's got some fun shit that shit with the PlayStation 5 that shows this off, but not as much as Returnal. Returnal and this, it's joy. It's gaming joy. Okay. So I am actually quite excited for Saros. This is what Housemark said. After every death, you will be faced with a changed world, but in Saros, you will be able to choose and permanently upgrade your loadout from an evolving set of weapons and suit upgrades to come back stronger to overcome challenges you face. I can't complain. That's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. So Zach Soros, whatever the Saros, I don't know what it's a terrible title, is the answer. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Hang on. One Pump Man. I did not finish Kingdom Come yet. Although fucking listen to this guy. Tech Protect. You have finished Kingdom Come, correct?
Yes, I have 100% of the game.
How? It hasn't been out a week. What
Yeah.
don't you work on this show? How do you have the time? Are you playing it right now?
No.
How do you make the time?
So I usually game from 11 p.m. to like 4 in the morning, and then I sleep for like 4 or 5 hours.
But
yeah.
So you did all the side quests and everything.
There was 2 side quests I missed because I just couldn't find the quest giver. But I did, after I beat the game, I went back to the saves that I had. I found the save where I could find the guy. I did the quest and then.
Interesting. All right. I'm still playing it and loving it. So
it's fun.
I have not gotten close to finishing it. Hey, will you take a note of this from you? He said, I get asked this almost every show, my most anticipated games.
Yep.
He said, make a top 10 video, make it a video. I'll do it this week. Cause I do have most anticipated games. I just forget because there's so many. Yeah. What?
Next week, we're doing a interview with Jaffe, and I'll be asking the community to submit their questions so I can ask them on stream. It'll be one of our morning streams for about an hour or so. So your questions, send them to me on Discord. The Discord is discord.gg/JaffeGames. Whatever you want to ask them, I'll look through the good ones. And if it's shit questions like, what color are Jaffe's nipples? I'm not asking that because we all know they're petal pink. Anyways, send them over to me. I will get that work done.
Do you think people who have the salami nipples, like the women who have the salami nipples, do you think they have to just learn to be okay with that? Or do you think it never occurs to them it's a problem? It's not a problem. It's just how they are made.
It's a problem.
I don't know if it's a problem.
It is.
I've never been with a woman with, at all. I've never been with a woman with pepperoni nipples. So I don't know, but I don't know how let me tell you a quick story.
Yeah, they don't like it.
Let me tell you a quick story. Okay. By the way, Zach says play Ruffy in the Riverside. The demo just came out. I do want to play this. Actually, I've been seeing this for a while on what's it called on Twitter, Twitter. Yeah, and it does look interesting. So I will be playing this. Maybe I'll play it today. But it's got a neat little look to it. So, but that's out today. Anyway, so I'll tell you this story. So I'm I'm not going to tell you the story. It wouldn't be appropriate.
No, the nipples.
It's about a famous person's wife now, and it is about her nipples. And I think people could put 2 and 2 together. And
okay, you don't have to say your story. I'll give mine. So
nobody wants your story.
It's not Bethany. Had
don't say her name.
No one's going to find out Bethany from high school. Anyways, Bethany. She had an innie on one side and an outie on the other. And during
could you blow into the outie, or could you suck into the outie and went in?
During a house party after a wrestling match, we all got together. We were drinking at a house. Don't drink underage, by the way. Don't do as I do, do as I say. She got drunk and she put them together, and it was like a socket effect. And she could pull it, and it would make like a pop. And it was one of the most impressive like party tricks I've ever seen. Shout out Bethany, you were sick as fuck. Thank you for that T-shirt.
Apparently, Yakuza is out today as well. The Yakuza demo is out today. There's a lot of good fucking demos out today, you guys. There's a lot to play on our coming up, thing that's coming up later today. We're gonna play a lot today, man, and then we're gonna watch the Dice Awards. This is gonna be a great day. We have this show, and then we have gaming, and then we have the Dice Awards. So, come on now. Okay, let's move forward into the show. We talked about Avowed. We're playing that today. Guns of Fury is out now. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. Like I said, it is basically it's somebody finally decided to say, I'm gonna make Metroid meets Metal Slug, and it, games like this rarely get reviews day one. There's a couple of user reviews that are really positive, but how can you not be excited? It mixes some of the best stuff in the world together. We'll get to the Twisted Metal trailer, Kenny. Absolutely. But yeah, man, isn't that cool? I'll be playing this today on the stream. Look at that. What delight. It's like peanut butter. It's like peanut butter and chocolate, right? TJM says, I'm worried about Marvel 1943. Is there new news about Marvel 1943? I mean, this game, Morgan, is called Guns of Fury. Guns of Fury. I mean, I'm not worried about it. I'm excited about it, but okay. K-Nubs, thanks for the super chat. He says, Jaffe, do you find yourself stopping to read the Codex and Kingdom Come? It disrupts my game flow, but I enjoy the bite-sized history lessons. If you don't know what he's talking about, there is a very well done codex that sort of separates itself from the narrative of the game whenever you encounter something relevant historically. Like if you come upon a blacksmith, a codex will appear, and it's not very long, but it'll write it like a history book. And I find that stuff fascinating. I haven't actually gone in to read a lot of it because I'm focused on the game, but I keep threatening that I will go back and read it and read all of it because I do think it gives some really interesting context. Gabriel says, Jaffe, did you hear they found out who Jack the Ripper was? No. Let's find out together, though. What are you talking about? Jack the Ripper's identity revealed after DNA match. Huh. Let's check it out, my friends. Who gives a shit? Addy Pie is bored. What do I care? Okay. Addy Pie's bored because I'm not engaging with his trolls, man. That's the only reason. Jack the Ripper's identity revealed after DNA match. Aaron Kosminski was found to be 100% matched to Jack the Ripper. Aaron Kosminski of the Cincinnati Kosminskis. A descendant of Kosminski made the revelation possible. Fascinating. He was a Polish immigrant who came to England in 1881. He became a barber. He came to purchase a shawl in 2007, meaning his descendant, after it was purported to be at the scene of a murder of Catherine Eddowes. Kaminsky was 23 at the time of the murders, has long been considered a suspect. He had schizophrenia, and he was in a mental asylum at the time of his death in 1919. Thanks to Kosminski's oldest brother's great-great-granddaughter, the revelation was made after they provided a DNA sample. He committed murders of 5 women between August and November of 1888. Police never found Jack the Ripper, who was referred to as the Whitechapel murderer and the leather apron. He was infamous for slitting the throat of his victims before removing their organs. Some of the victims have thought to be prostitutes, but according to Penguin Books, there's little evidence of this. Isn't that something? Well, look at that. Look at that. That's excellent. Good for finally catching him, but also, wow. Science. I mean, eventually we're going to have, the ability to look into the past, with technology and just go, oh, It was this guy, But that's awesome. That's amazing. And it's a moment to yeah. TGM says the guy sounds like a dick. Yeah, it's a moment to remind you of a couple of things. This video game, what's it called? Art pictures. This is one of the games I actually finished last year. That's how much I enjoyed it. The Devil in Me. This is about another serial killer, H.H. Holmes, who built the murder hotel. But what's cool about this, not only is it a cool game, but this is the new Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio movie that they're making, not based on the game, but based on the murder hotel. I mean, you guys know about this. We've talked about it on the stream before, but have you seen the hotel, like pictures? It's really crazy, man. Like what he was able to build. I think this is like a puzzle. You can buy this puzzle of it, which I really kind of want to get. Maybe I should do this puzzle over Halloween. Murder Castle. Look at that fucking thing. Right? Puzzles are the greatest. He actually built this. He had a morgue and a dungeon down here. And then he had all these secret sliding panels and shit that he would move around to kind of trap people and release gas to kill them. I mean, what a motherfucking crazy motherfucker this guy was. There are some crazy motherfuckers out there, boys. Isn't that something? I got to get this puzzle. Somebody buy me this puzzle. People buy streamers things all the time. Somebody buy it and send it to my P.O. box. Can I buy it myself? Sure. But what a delight to go to my P.O. box and it's like opening on the stream and go, someone actually bought me the H.H. Holmes puzzle. I want little joys like that in my life, fellas. Come on, don't be bitches. Where's the room for tea and crumpets? I don't know. H.H. Holmes would stand outside and masturbate while gassing folks behind a locked door. Yeah. Atticus, you've never heard of this hotel? Yeah. This thing's crazy. You've heard about this, Tech Protect, correct?
No, murder scares me.
Well, yeah, that's what's fun.
P.O. box in the side chat. Also, you can super chat Jaffe $35 and I will buy it for him.
No, I don't want that. I can afford it myself. I want the surprise and delight of going. The UPS calls and says, "Oh, there's something in your P.O. box," and I go down there and I'm like, "What's this?
True.
What's this?" Rose.
And then if you want to send out dildos to Jaffe, the P.O. box is in the side chat.
And then it's like, oh, it's the murder hotel puzzle. That's what's fun. Anyway, okay. All right. Let's move forward with our goddamn lives. What else is happening? Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. That's the name of the game. That demo is out today. We'll be playing that too. Seriously, no joke though. This is one of the things I enjoyed the most at yesterday's State of Play. Tides of Annihilation. I don't know if I'm going to like the game when all is said and done when they reveal, but if you're interested, there's an 11-minute gameplay preview on IGN starting at 10 p.m. tonight, which is goofy. I don't know why it's so late. Let's find out. This guy says, why so late? Oh, they're Chinese studio. So this guy says that's basically lunch for them. Okay. So, I'll be, I don't know if I'll be streaming it. I might, or I'll stream it on the Discord, or maybe I'll do a proper stream. Who knows? But it's really cool looking. That's happening tonight. So this time tomorrow, we should have more information about this game that I think a lot of people are pretty jazzed about. Okay. If you need a good movie to take a date to, where did it go? It says Charles Darwin, Niza 2. What the fuck is Niza 2? Let's look that up. Niza 2. What is this fucking movie? All right, well, let's watch this trailer. What? All right, I've never even heard of it. 2020. What is this fucking thing? Here we go. What the fuck are they saying? I don't know what this language is. I know what language it is. International trailer. Give me this.
哪吒，好久不见呐！你愿与老夫一同出征否？
这家我最擅长。我乃哪吒三太子。
瞧瞧瞧瞧，一身正气。
能降妖来，换作诗，开吃！烧你们来了！今日到此除奸恶，尔等妖孽快受死！
龙族犯下滔天罪行。
You know, most of us who go out with women, we go out with adults, right? But no, I'll keep playing it.
报仇雪恨的千载良机到了。
我若出战，
Is this because I have to bring her kid from another guy to the movies with us because she can't get a babysitter? I don't understand.
就让陈塘关鸡犬不留。
住手！
你不想活了？
我活不活无所谓，我只有你死！
哪吒，你战力非凡，定可荡平幽谷。
给我！
Now, do I have to have seen Nisa 1 in order to understand what the fuck? I get the sense I don't. That looks pretty cool, though. Joking aside, that looks kind of fun. All right,
It is
cool,
a
man.
great movie. Great movie. Nisa 1 was really good. Number 2, I had no idea it was coming out, but
Right.
you should go see it. It's fun.
Okay.
Or wait,
yeah.
wait till it's on. Like,
Don't tell me not to be racist. I'm not racist. Because the movie happens to be from China and I'm like, it looks like it's for babies. That doesn't make me racist. That means I don't want to go see a child's film. But that said, though, it does look pretty cool. Joking aside. Okay. I took a girl to see Shrek, says the Game Boy, and she went, what the fuck after? She went, what the fuck afterwards? Right. Exactly. She was laughing her ass off in the theater. Well, that's good. It does look pretty cool. I mean, I don't think the Awesome Tatum says, I can't think of any woman that would be excited to see this on a first date. I mean, if she's into anime and shit, although it's not anime if it comes from China. What's it just called? A cartoon? But no, I think it's, you know, cool. We'll watch the Twisted Metal trailer in a minute. Give me a minute. You can't help it. It's true. That's true, PG. Jaffe, did you wisely decide to wait for Avowed, Ravnos? No, I picked it up. I'll be playing it right after this stream, actually. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Speaking of trailers, there's a new Assassin's Creed trailer. We'll get to the Twisted Metal one. It's not like I don't want to watch it. I do. But I have these tabs open and it's not in the right order. Okay. Kenny Rose says, speaking of Twisted Metal, what's the deal with the fan game stream? Yeah. Tech Protect basically is ready to go. The guy's ready to go. I just have to make the time to play it. Can you remind me to play that, Tech? Like, and do a stream? The Twist. What do you mean? What are we playing? What are you playing right now that you're not listening to my brilliant show?
I was looking up the pronunciation. So if it's animation from China, it's Donghua, which is their form of like Chinese animation. You have Donghua from China. You have manhwa from, well, that's manga. But anyways, yeah. Cultural.
Twisted Metal fan game. We need to set up a stream this week to play it.
Oh, yeah. He's ready to go.
I know he is. I just have to play it. The problem with that game is I need a PS4 controller, and I finally found mine, but now I have to find the cord. But I found it. It's just that's why it's kind of keeps getting pushed. It's not that I don't want to play it. Yeah, we'll do it this week for sure. Thank you, Kenny. All right, let's watch this quick trailer. It's 1 minute and 2 minutes long. Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm still excited for this. I know some of you guys think it's poo. Whatever. Don't be a baby. Yeah.
We build a land of peace on the backs of 1,000 dead.
You'll have to kill them all. Do you understand?
Awesome. What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with you people? Come on, that looks fun. Hey, maybe it wouldn't look so fun if we had seen Ghost of Yoda yesterday. Could you fucking give us a fucking trailer? No, that's going to be reserved. That will be reserved for a very special showcase. Just show us a fucking trailer at State of Play, Sony. Give us a little fucking pickle tickle. Give us a little tease. No. I mean, come on. What are you doing?
Hakoを開けるでない。奪われてもならぬ。約束しろ。
約束する。
I don't know what that means.
Fight for what is right. For the freedom to seek justice.
Together, we will be unstoppable.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that a black guy? Mike D over on Twitter. Thanks for watching, sir. Says we got Sonic Racing. Hey, Sonic Racing, I thought looked pretty good. But yeah, I hear you. Let me tell you something though, Linda. This game, you know, I look at this, I think it looks great. I looked at I mean, here's what I don't know if it is a weakness on my part or not. I'm a pretty cynical guy and I'm a pretty experienced guy when it comes to PR and being bamboozled and whatnot. You know, if Avowed gets played today by me, which it will, and it doesn't deliver, I'll say so, right? Just the same with this. If this doesn't deliver, I'll say so. But what I watched the Redfall deep dive that Microsoft did about 6 months before it came out with Pete Hines on stage. And I'm like, this looks great. And it did look great. And I wonder who out there in the media that covers this shit has a really good track record of not playing it and having an opinion. Anyone can do that. But watching the PR and watching the trailers, and no matter how good or bad the trailer looks, they seem to bat 1,000 when it comes to they're right about your level of enjoyment and quality based on the trailer. And they can see through whatever bullshit there is. Because I think when I see this, I think this looks fucking awesome. And it looks super fucking exciting. And it looks like a great adventure. But it could come out and be boring as fuck. And after about an hour or two, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go back to playing what I'm already playing because, you know, I'm still in the 2-hour return period on Steam or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But I do think this looks fantastic. Absolutely. Fucking fantastic. You goddamn right. Jaffe didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. He gets it. He gets it. Avowed looks like a solid action RPG, says Eternal, but I hear the companions are really dumb and die easily. You'll also have to get used to bears interfering in fights randomly. Hey, I'm from Alabama, man. There were bears everywhere all the time. I played Redfall a few months afterwards, and it wasn't that bad, at least not the worst game, as most influencers said Awesome Tatum. Yeah, I mean, there were some things to like about Redfall. To me, specifically, the core narrative and the location was really, really cool. But I did find it, you know, nowhere near as compelling as what they had pitched to me. Alex says, Jaffe, you never gave us your 2 cents on the state of play. Alex, you are aware that I have a life that I'm not like this NPC that is only processed when you show up. I did an entire stream yesterday on it. I went on Lautech last night for an hour and a half. And then Tech Protect literally edited a video that went up this morning that was all about my 2 cents of state of play. So, you know, let's focus on what's priority in your life, which is being here, and fuck this new baby coming. Okay. I need to go back and play Redfall. I was hoping it would drop on GeForce Now, says Alex. That's a good point. It hasn't yet. That's indeed true. Okay. Let us move forward. Sony in this kind of earning call. Yeah, Ben Brody, I like going on their show. I think it's really, really cool. Shut up, Alex. He said, look at it. I'm sorry. They're not going to let you be a priest now. Okay. Listen, Sony did this earnings call and they talked about how they did and how they're doing all this stuff. And this is kind of what they said that I thought was interesting. It said Sony said the primary drivers of PlayStation's best holiday ever were the following three things. And a lot of you guys are not going to like these three things. Tech Protect.
Hello.
Can you guess the three things that Sony attributed their best holiday ever to?
Ooh.
They made a lot of money this Christmas season, and it was built on the backs of three pillars. Not games. One Pump Man says Fortnite, Roblox, Call of Duty. Not games, concepts, ideas, business models, whatnot.
Fuck. What would Sony say publicly? Because like the hit
No. This is an earnings call. They can't afford. You can't lie. You get fined like a motherfucker. This is the SEC would say you can't just lie about shit.
Well, not lie about it. They would say like these three things are very impactful. But I imagine like
don't
COVID kids.
Don't dodge. Give me what do you think they were?
Number one probably has to be Xbox collaboration.
Okay,
it's probably where I'm going to go with that. Number two, if it's not game related, it's not like Helldivers or some bullshit. The economy getting better.
Okay, I'm going to hang up.
Joe Biden.
He's gone. Okay, here's what it was. Sony said the primary drivers of PlayStation's best holiday ever were players spending on skins, battle passes, and subscriptions. The things that a lot of you guys hate. Skins, battle passes, and subscriptions. So think about that the next time you bitch about Sony should listen to us and just give us more. Give us a $500 million siphon filter game. They also said third-party blockbusters helped. It was a somewhat quiet year overall for big game releases compared to 2023, but PS5 benefited from an influx of Xbox multi-platform ports earlier in the year. Sea of Thieves ended up being the 20th most downloaded game on the system. So, there you go. Yeah, Morgan says, oh, so all the things I don't spend anything on. Yeah, you're right. I was happy to see in the download section of PlayStation last month that they did have Ninja Gaiden Black 2, which is free on Game Pass, free, but you have to buy it on PlayStation. It's still charted, which I thought was great to see because I love that game. I know a lot of hardcore Ninja Gaiden folks don't because they're like, oh, it's not as hard as and I'm telling you something. I have no idea if you guys are platinum, what's going to happen with the new Ninja Gaiden because, are they going to tune it like Black, the new one, Black 2, or are they going to tune it like, what was it, Sigma 2 or whatever that was based off? Because if they tune it like the original, I'm not going to want it. Because it's, doesn't matter if you want it, Jaffe. I know, I'm not saying I'm their market. I'm just saying that I'm excited for it now. But if suddenly the new game comes out this year and it's back to being Ninja Gaiden super fucking hardcore, man, what the fuck? That's going to be disappointing to people like me. But hey, whatever. I'm still glad they're doing it. Listen to this now. I take issue with this. There's a IGN reviewer. And on one hand, I hate what they said. On the other hand, I agree with their anger. And on the other hand, I hate how people at NeoGAF are talking about it because it's disrespectful and rude. And here's what it is. Yeah, Relax Bro looks good. The Mind's Eye game, yeah, I agree. Wait, Jaffe, did you ever mention Luke Stevens had some one-way beef with who? Me? I don't think I've ever talked to Luke Stevens. What are you talking about? Man Cave what? I watch Luke Stevens sometimes. That's Luke Stevens. Luke Smith? Luke Smith's the guy who was at One Up and now he's at Bungie. I think he was at Bungie. Luke Stevens is the internet guy, I think. No, I don't know him. Yeah, I'll take an easy mode. I haven't really, Kevin, I only mentioned the reviews for Avowed were pretty good, except for some of the main sites like GameSpot and IGN. I picked it up. I'll be playing it after the stream today on stream. Morgan, no, I haven't finished it. I got pretty far, but I'd like to finish it. But I haven't yet. Okay. So listen to this. IGN PC Gamer freelance reviewer Lena Haffer wrote this. I'll take a whole point off the review score for any future map games that call it the Gulf of America. She goes on to say, you think I'm joking? You think I want to do this forever? I can start some fires on the way out. Try and call the bluff. Nobody has ever allowed this amount of soft power to go to their head before, as far as I know, talking about Trump. I mean, look, I think Trump's a moron. And I think that, calling it the Gulf of America, how stupid. It kind of is the equivalent of back when 9/11 had occurred. And it's like, we're not going to call them French fries anymore. We're going to call them freedom fries. Like, shut up. Get the prices in America lower. Take care of people in America. And then we'll give you a little victory reward. We'll give you your flowers. You can rename it whatever the fuck you want to rename it. But anyway, though, I don't think that's and I don't think it matters because I think they're a freelancer. But if I was IGN, I'm like, I'm not hiring this person anymore. There's no fucking way I'm hiring this person. Right. Zeke says if I was running IGN, I would shit can her immediately for not for anti-American sentiment and stupidity. She has every right to think what she wants. I support, even if I disagree with it, she can be the biggest Trumper in the world. I don't give a shit. But what I don't agree with is I'm going to let it affect my work, and my work exists in order to inform people of how they should spend their money. Then no, I think that's bullshit. I mean, unless in her review, she says this is really an 8. But I'm going to give it a 7 because the Gulf of America thing. And she makes that clear. Okay. That's fine. But short of that, no, I think it's bad. But then it's a trans lady. And of course all the people now are enjoying misgendering this person. And it's like, you know what, guys, you can disagree with her take. And I disagree with her take. And you can also, not agree necessarily with any and every policy about LGBT legislation or whatnot. But could you just, why do you got to be so fucking disrespectful and cruel to people? I mean, it's mean, man. It's fucking mean. But anyway, whatever. Point being is, I don't like what she said, but I also don't like the way it's being covered. So, okay. I agree, Robbo. The hate it's not just the hate, it's the cruelty. That's what it is to me that really makes me sad. Listen to our very own Eddie Torres wrote this. This is interesting. I don't agree with Eddie on his tweet, but I do think it's interesting and it's worth talking about. Big Bad Eddie Torres did a tweet this morning I saw talking about Halo. Rebs Gaming is reporting 3 devs from Firewalk Studios who made Concord have joined Halo. Now, Eddie's a big fan of the Halo. And so he's got a dog in the fight. Jason Shifter is probably the one who's going to cause the most disruption, good or bad, depending on what you think, because he was the systems designer and matchmaking designer on Concord, and also the gameplay designer for Apex Legends. Travis Treadway, senior VFX artist, whatever, that's not going to make a difference. I mean, it will in terms of, I'm sure they do good work, but it's not going to affect the moment-to-moment gameplay. Could, but probably won't. Pamela, and then there's a senior marketing person. So, but Eddie tweets, he says, hey, this is not good. He says, Halo is completely finished. Imagine looking at the people that made the modern day equivalent of ET, meaning the game, and going, I want those individuals working for me. I will say this though, Eddie, good Sir Eddie. You know, it's Eddie Torres is one of our God of War members. He's been a supporter of the show since pretty much the beginning. But what I will say though about this is kind of the same thing I said when people were bitching about Ghost of Yodi hiring some of the authors, the writers of Dragon Age Veilguard. Dragon Age Veilguard had 9 motherfuckers writing that game. They hired 2 of them to come on what is clearly the middle or the end of the game, right? I don't think suddenly you're going to be getting barv scenes in Ghost of Yodi, right? Teams are very big, and just because you work on a dud that people don't like doesn't mean that everybody who worked on the game is responsible. For example, Drawn to Death, for whatever you thought of it, was a failure. That failure in that case, not all cases, but that failure lives and dies with me, because all the things that people push back on in that game were things I fought for and things I believed in. And I would be so heartbroken, and thank God this has not been the case, if the people I worked with who did nothing but show up and contribute and bring their own gifts to the table in service of my vision in that case, I would hate if they struggled to find employment, because it's not reflective of their talents. And so I wish gamers would also be a little bit more understanding that you can have a team of 500 people. For example, if Assassin's Creed Shadows you hate because there's a black samurai in it, you're not going to hire the guy who did the particle effects from it for your game? It's a little goofy. Brad Glasgow says, are there no, but Brad, you're not an idiot. You are a journalist. You know better. He says, are there no other writers available who haven't produced huge flaming piles of crap? Now, I want to really pin you down on this, Brad, because you are a journalist and you should be more responsible. You've got 9 writers on Dragon Age Veilguard. Now, I liked Dragon Age Veilguard, but whatever you think of it, let's say you think it was a steaming pile of shit. Fine, totally fair. You're entitled. The 2 things I will say is, do you honestly think the guys at Sucker Punch have not earned your and our faith that they know who they understand the process of being able to weed out the people on that team for what they need for their game, right? So here's, I don't know if this is true, but let's just say this is a scenario. The 2 people they hired were mostly responsible for scenario design, of which I have heard very few people, because there's not a lot to complain about. There's some cool scenarios in Dragon Age Veilguard. They were mostly responsible for writing the scenario design and the NPC dialogue. Not like the barv scenes, but just like, there's lots of NPCs in these towns, and Ghost of Yodi is probably similar. So let's suggest what's more likely, that Sony first party and one of their developers, who rarely, if ever, has let people down, has the chops to know who to pick and choose from teams of failed games, and they're putting them on the thing that makes the most sense, or the Ghost of Yodi guys are so in the dark that they're like, I like the barv scene, and even if I liked it or hated it, the audience loved it. Let's make our game like that. What do you think is more likely, Brad Glasgow, as a guy who has covered video games? My guess would be you would agree with me. So, as Gabe Logan says, don't be sorry, be better.
We have Gary Turbo wanting to join in on the conversation.
Oh, is there something about sports? Gary Turbo, what's going on, pal? Good to hear from you.
No, nothing about sports, but something about Twisted Metal.
What's going on?
Season 2 trailer just dropped for Twisted Metal.
I am very aware. I got it queued up. It's coming up right after the Minecraft movie trailer.
Yeah.
Whoa. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Call right back. I'm going to watch it, and then I want you to call back, but I don't want you to taint my view. Okay.
No spoilers.
So,
Yeah, hang on the line. Just I'll come right back to you. Let's watch that right now. Okay.
all right.
Here we go. All right. All right, here we go. Twisted Metal season 2. I was a big fan of season 1. Let's see how this treats us.
The name's John Doe. Until a year ago, my life on the road was pretty routine. I met a drifter, we fell in love, we picked up a clown along the way. But the joyride is over. The tournament is here. I'll need to end every last driver that gets in my way. No pressure or anything.
Awesome.
Calypso, and I invite you to compete.
What? That's awesome. That is fantastic. Oh my God, you guys. What do you I hope Gary Turbo seemed like he was disappointed. That is what I love about the first season, and that is what I love about this new trailer. It is fan fucking service. These motherfuckers care about the game. It is so pure to what the game is. I mean, how is that possible? I don't know. But I think, and look, I'm biased. I couldn't tell you, if you've never heard of Twisted Metal, if this is going to do shit for you. I couldn't tell. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Even if it's a big failure and I just get to know, hey, they made a relatively big budget version of this thing that was in our heads. I mean, look at this. You got the contest is back, or starting. It's the first time you get the actual contest. And then let's see, who do we got? We got, I don't know who this is. Wait. That's the what does that say? Roach. Yeah, that's I don't know if they're gonna call it that, but we had the Vermin, but I don't know if that's Vermin. I don't know who that is. That looks like Flower Power down there. Who's hitting me up on Twitter? What is happening? Oh, it's you guys are talking. Okay. Those are all the cars that are competing. There's Dollface, or one of the dolls. Mr. Grimm, awesome. I guess that's Christus. Who is that? I don't know who that is. No clue. That's the girl who drives Shadow, but it's not Raven, because Raven's in the bar. Awesome. And then what is this with Mr. Grimm sucking somebody's fucking soul? What the fuck is happening right here? Look at it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. It's awesome. Awesome. Boom. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know who that is. I don't know who's sucking that soul. Is that Grimm out of the mask? I couldn't tell you. Oh my God. This is great. And then Calypso looks pretty good too. He looks like Calypso from 2012. I think it's fucking awesome. Fantastic. A female Mortimer. That could be cool. Would you watch it at the theater if it was a movie? Probably. Great create. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it looks fucking great, man. The series story isn't directly tied to game canon, so what's game canon? I don't fucking know. But I think I'm excited. Super fucking excited. So let me bring on Gary Turbo. Gary Turbo, don't tell me you didn't like that. I think that was hang on, let me turn it down. I think that was fucking great. You didn't think that was good?
Oh, it was all right.
Just all right? Why? What was just all right about it?
I didn't get to see Axel.
Okay, but he's there. They teased him.
Yeah, but who's going to play Axel?
Well, give it a minute. It's a teaser. It's not out yet. Really? That's why you didn't like it? Because they didn't show you Axel?
I don't know. We could have had someone like Michael B. Jordan playing the character.
Well, I don't think you could have had Michael B. Jordan because
Well,
I mean they couldn't afford him. I mean it's Peacock, man. Peacock is like the, I'm trying to think. Like Peacock is like, I don't know. Let's just say they don't have a lot of money.
what if they started making everyone mad by getting Kevin Hart as Axel?
Well, that would piss people off, sure. But you're telling me you don't think it's just cool that they're actually they're doing Axel. I mean, come on, man. How cool is that? They're actually doing fucking Axel, and they're doing all these other characters. I don't know, man. Look, if this couldn't be any better, for me personally, if I had directed it, and I can't direct shit, but I'm saying I wouldn't have done anything different. I think this is fucking awesome. But I appreciate that maybe
What could have been better is they casted you as Charlie Kane.
Charlie Kane. Well, it wouldn't have been better. Nobody knows. Like there's like 100 people who would get that reference. But yeah, sure. But all I can tell you is I am super excited for this. I think it looks great. Yeah, Warped Eye says Peacock is the dollar store of networks. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but you're not terribly wrong. But still, that's what I'm saying. Even with that low budget, look what these guys were able to give us with the first season. So
I don't think Dule Hill. I don't think Dule Hill be muscular enough for Axel.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see. I mean, who do they have cast as Axel? Let's find out. Let's actually go and see who is playing Axel. So we'll do Twisted Metal, IMDb. Let's look at season 2. Oh, look, there's a new poster too. Check it out. Hang on. What do we got? We got a new Twisted. That's awesome. Oh, he's got somebody else's hand. Come on, that's good. Come on, you guys. Have a little fun. All right, but that's okay if you don't like it. I respect that. But I want to see who's playing Axel. Hang on. Okay.
I totally see Mike and Stu in the second season. They're the ones I really wanted to see.
Axel, Twisted Metal, season 2 actor. Let's see who it is.
That and the Men
Here it is. Michael James Shaw. Wait, who will be Axel? Is that who it is? Michael James Shaw is probably going to be Axel. I don't know who that is. Let's see. Michael, spelled it wrong, whatever. James Shaw, IMDb. This guy is, well, he's definitely a black dude. Somebody in the chat was saying he didn't look black. He was in Endgame, Walking Dead, Limitless. I don't really know who that is or what those characters are, but I don't know. Looks like a big dude. Looks like he can probably get muscly. You don't think that's a good character for Axel right there? Gary Turbo?
He looks like who that guy who played Hawkman?
Hawkman? Oh yeah, I don't remember the guy. Oh, there he is again. Yeah, I think that guy's a great dude for that role. Anyway, well, Gary, thank you for bringing it to my attention. I am excited to watch it. Maybe when it comes out, they'll bring you around.
One other thing about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I don't think the Japanese people would have an issue with it because he's like basically part of Japanese history. And there's a lot of people that actually taught a lot about him in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, people will tell you that he's not part of Japanese history, blah blah blah. But I'm with you. I agree. People are just all I can tell you, my friend, is I'm looking forward to that game. I think a lot of people, I don't know. There's a lot of racist out there. That's not the only reason you may have a problem with it, but I'm sure that's that's a big part of it. So, but not the only part of it, I get. All right, Gary, thank you for calling, buddy. Always nice to talk to you, sir. I'll see you soon.
All
right, man. There he goes. Look at this. I'm telling you guys, I loved VR when it first came out, but I never ever believed that it could really break through just for a number of reasons. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I am a very big believer in AR, augmented reality. I think in 10 years, we're all going to be walking around with the fucking meta glasses or whoever makes them. And it's just going to be part of our lives. Look at this. Now, I'm not saying this is the only way you'd want to watch a game, but this is pretty cool. This is how you can watch the NBA right now on Apple's total disaster of a product financially, but still cool product. Their Apple Vision Pro. But check this out. This is just cool, man.
His great-grandfather 3 times scored 100 points in college basketball.
What I don't know, you're about to see the players. What I don't know is, are these actual players or are these players like we've seen recently that are 100% proximity accurate of what they're doing, but they're not the actual kind of players being broadcast? It's probably the latter, but I don't know, but still.
3 versus 3. They have his uncle Jason Sasser. Yep. And I coached at the CBA, who was a very good player at Texas Tech.
I watched this.
American. Yep. Played for the Spurs and Mavericks and the Timber. No, he played for the Grizzlies when they were still in Vancouver. And then Gerald. You know, brother Gerald played in Orlando.
Right? That's cool.
There's a foul on Collins as he knocks Reed down.
And you can see the guy's room all around him because he's doing pass through. And I'm not saying you don't also want close-ups, like you could have the broadcast playing above it. But I think that shit's cool, man. I love stuff like that. Tech, are you into that kind of shit, or you think it's dumb?
Big fan of AR.
Yeah, I think. How neat is that?
I
And
used
then
to use
you're-
my headset
what's that?
to do, I used to use my headset to do spreadsheet work. My Oculus Rift S.
Yeah, and it's better now. I need to get a 3 actually. But yeah, this is the Apple Vision thing. Arathizel says, just watch the game on TV. Jesus, my God, you're a sad sack, Arathizel. It's not about that. It's about the fact that you could be watching the game like this, right? And you could also look up and see the game on TV, and you could have these different perspectives of the game, and you're still able to walk around your house and get things done. It's cool. It's neat.
It is the real players. Apple's been investing in the NBA to set up these camera systems in stadiums. So it's, I want to say, thousands of photos every second. It's exactly coordinate where they are on the map.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. A lot of people are just scared of technology, or they don't like embracing it. I mean, think about it. If you're wearing glasses like this, and I'm not really into basketball unless it's a really big game, but if I'm into basketball, and I'm also sitting here working at my desk, and and forget this thing taking up my whole desk. Let's just say right here, as big as a controller. And at any time I can glance over and watch the game from this perspective and click it, and it gets really big. And then I click it and I move it away. A concert, wrestling, and then imagine the new forms of entertainment you could have. You could do WWE like this, and you can even have interactive shit where it's like, hey, I'm going to put my money behind, not my money, but probably would be money, but I'm going to play a mini game, and my victory goes to Roman Reigns, and you're going to play a mini game, and your victory goes to, John Cena, and whoever gets to the top of that first, they get a special move. And it doesn't, if you're watching it in the stadium, you're not going to see it with all the effects and stuff. But there's actually, there's a lot of cool shit that you could really do with this stuff. Just stream the real camera angle, says Arathizel. I don't want to. I want this. I don't want what you want. When I tune into your show, Arathizel, you can tell me what you want. But this is a good way to watch a game. You have all the players in your view. And then if you want, you could also just pop a window up of the broadcast version, or you could even say, I want to focus on this player or whatever. That's all I'm saying. I'm Grumpy Joe, and I hate deviating from traditional tech, says Snow Dragon. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I'm into this. I think it's neat. Whatever. Some people just, it takes a while for some people to come around. I get it. You're old. What do you want?
Are you excited for AR porn? Is that like the next step?
AR porn's already here. Somebody sent me. It may have been you, and I showed it on the stream. I had to not show the naughty bits, but you can put on your MetaQuest 3 and get AR porn cam girls, but they are in your home. It's amazing.
There's one software that I've seen recently. I think it came out last year, where it uses your hand gestures, and so you can shrink the girl to dance on your desk while you're working.
Yeah.
Right. And you can also just like, it doesn't have to be porn. There's other like scenarios you can play. And so you can have like a little movie of these tiny people that are like doing Cats, the musical, right? As you're fucking working, you just have like a theater on your desk.
Why would I want that? Why don't you just get a real cat? Just get a real cat.
I mean, Cat the musical, not Little Animal. I mean, you can have a theater play.
Listen, I'm sure they're going to hate this as well. They're going to hate this too, but I'm going to show it to you because that's my job. I get paid to educate you on things that you may be scared of. Meta might have done something useful, says PC Gamer, pioneering an AI model that can interpret brain activity into sentences with an 80% accuracy. 80% accuracy. Listen to this. AI can facilitate a better understanding of how our brains slot the Lego bricks of language into place. It basically is saying they've collaborated with a group to record brain signals of 35 healthy volunteers as they typed. Those brain signals were recorded using the aforementioned hefty headgear, an MEG scanner, and interpreted by a purposely trained deep neural network. This is what Meta had to say about it. On new sentences, our AI model decodes up to 80% of the characters typed by the participants, at least twice better than what can be obtained with the classic EEG system. This means that the recording the magnetic fields produced by the currents within their brains resulted in data that AI could more accurately interpret compared to just recording the activity. I mean, we're going to be getting into being able to steal people's thoughts pretty soon. Our study shows that the brain generates a sequence of representations that start from the most abstract level of representations, the meaning of a sentence, and progressively transforms into a myriad of actions, such as the actual finger movement of the keyboard. Our results show that the brain uses a dynamic neural code, a special neural mechanism that chains successive representations while maintaining each of them over long periods. To put it another way, your brain starts with the vibe, unearths the meaning, daisy chains the Lego bricks of language together, then transforms the thought into action of typing. I think that's fucking cool. Let me ask the chat this. Why are you guys, or not all of you guys, but why are some of you guys so consistently against any of this cool shit? Like, are you, what is that? Because I hear it, and maybe it is a generational thing. Time when it was all about the future is cool, and it wasn't this dystopian nightmare landscape. But I look at it and I go, this is neat, man. It's neat that we're going to get, and maybe it's also because maybe the technology leap for me and my generation is so much greater than you. Maybe it's because I'm older, but like a couple of years ago, I'm driving my car and it's raining and I'm trying to find a doctor's office. And I literally took my phone and I said, hey, take me to this doctor's office and play the new album by Taylor Swift. And all of that just started, right? And I think back to being a kid in the 70s where my parents were having to stop at a gas station to ask how to get to some place, or if I wanted to hear a new song, if I didn't have the cassette, I had to wait for the radio to just play it and hope I got lucky. And I had that jump and the awareness of the jump. Maybe that jump maybe you guys haven't experienced that for whatever reason, but I'm like, I look at this and I go, I can put these on now and I can actually be told where things are, or I can, walk around a museum and have a floating hot, sexy AI lady telling me what all the artwork is and shit. I mean, and a million other more practical things. I think that shit's cool, man. I think that's really fucking really cool, but whatever. I work in the industry and much of the stuff is smoke and mirrors. Sure, I get it, but some of it's not. Much of it is smoke and mirrors, and there's a massive disconnect with reality. I understand that. I'm not a moron. I understand that a lot of stuff is PR and a lot of stuff is meaning to get people to invest money and all that, but we are also still living in a time of great technological advancement. So all the experts say, Atticus, that it's dangerous. What's dangerous? What is dangerous? Anyway, I'm excited for it.
We have a longtime viewer of the stream, Mr. Ravenos, who wants to talk about this.
Okay. Ravenos, what's going on, champion?
Okay, here's the deal with why not everybody is woohoo for the tech.
Yeah.
Number one, some of it's cool. Like, I agree. Spotify, as much as I don't like the company and the way they treat artists, yeah, I love being able to like discover new music and listen to whatever the fuck I want, and not have to grab a CD and pop it in a device. That's awesome. But a lot of stuff you find amazing just because look what they've done. And I think of stuff more rationally, like what good is this and how does it make any betterment to
Okay, well, give me an example.
Well, like that AR thing.
Yeah.
To me, that AR basketball looked like a worse way to watch basketball than TV.
I think because but I probably have vision and you don't, is what it is. It's not that I sit there and I go, that is the best way in the world to watch basketball. Although I'm sure you could get there. I'm sure you could absolutely get there. But to me, it's more going, what sports could you invent now because you're watching them this way? Or what could you do with a merge of AR and real life to make the sport much more interesting? Like I said, like effects and moves and cool environments that for the people on the stage playing the sport, they're just playing on a big empty warehouse with some basic layouts of the arena. But when we watch it with the AR glasses, it's like you're watching fucking knights fighting dragons and shit, right? That is sort of what I am envisioning. Or if you are just taking basic basketball, right? If I'm watching basic basketball, even if all you want to do is watch that basic basketball covered from camera angles, the idea that the TV knows who your favorite players are, and you go in and say, I want my angles to be focused on LeBron and this and this and this, except when there's a play that's going to make a big difference, in which case I want to pull back to, this mode. Right.
Okay.
And I mean, all of that's the stuff I'm talking about. It's not just the fact that I look at that and that's all I see, and I just want to watch basketball like that. Isn't that great? It's more about having a vision of what this will let us do.
I totally get it. You and I get it and I understand it. You are the type of person that you don't see reality and go, huh? You see reality and then you go, how can I stack on top of this layers to make this cooler? And when I say reality, I mean like that AR thing. So in other words, you saw the AI thing, the AR, and your mind immediately went to, oh, what if it could do this? And what if we had this? And I see what you're doing. Okay.
Yes.
If it becomes that, my opinion of it would be drastically altered.
Yes. I mean, but you got to start somewhere.
Video.
Well, yeah, but I mean, come on. Don't you think that don't we owe it to ourselves to be more imaginative about
totally.
I mean, like even, I know it's silly and fun to talk about, you put the glasses on and, oh, it's porn, right? Maybe, but also the idea of, putting the glasses on and, I have a child right now who lives in Vegas. I have another child who's talking about wanting to move to Oregon one day. my ex, who I would like to keep the family together if I could. I got people here. I got people in Alabama. The idea of having a Thanksgiving dinner with everybody, and it's like we're all wearing glasses and we're all sitting around and being together with these 3D holograms in our homes. I think that's another really cool thing about AR.
Yes. If we get to the point to where it's Star Trek and you literally have like holo emitters that's like, oh, hey, and they're literally walking around as the translucent hologram in your house.
Yes.
That would be fucking amazing.
You already kind of sort of have a version of that with what Apple's doing. You've seen that, right? Where and again, these are $3,500 pieces of hardware and you both have to have one.
Are you talking about the glasses or are you talking about something different? Because
I'm talking about the glasses, but they have their FaceTime. That's not, it used to just be that you had a flat 2D image.
Like on the phone.
Right. Now what it is it is a 3D map version of the person's head and shoulders and hands. And wherever I go in my home, that head of my brother or my kids or whoever is with me. And so I can, go eat dinner and my brother is sitting right there with me in augmented reality. And it's putting him into the scene within reason. We're not there yet. Like it's not actually doing his whole body on a chair and stuff, but we're getting closer and closer and closer. And so, I think it's really fucking cool.
I know a lot of times in chat, you probably read my comments. You're like, "Oh, this fucking guy. He just hates everything. He's a
he just has no vision," is what I think. I'm like, how could you?
That I don't have vision. It's my vision takes me to dark places. Like, do you really think these billionaires are going to make this shit accessible for people like you and me and the people in the chat?
They're doing it already. They're doing it already.
Remember Elon? Oh, Teslas are going to be affordable. They're going to be $30,000. How much are Teslas?
Right now,
they lie.
Of course,
they're rich. They just want money.
Okay,
they want to
those are
invent tech to make
those are
billions.
okay. Of course, but those are two very separate things. All of
I know,
this
but that's what I'm saying. You go to the land. You go to Candyland. This is gonna be bitchin', and
it is gonna be bitchin'.
Dark dystopia with fucking plumes of smoke and giant robotic AI.
And both of those things,
machines.
and both of those things are probably true. And you're not going to catch me arguing for billionaires and how greedy these fucks are and how much they lie.
It's sickening. We're so against what this person says. Oh, wait, they have the power now? Please put your penis in my mouth, Mr. Trump. I mean,
okay.
You can buy.
That's what they are.
You can buy a used model Tesla for $20,000.
That's got nothing to do. Yeah, but you don't need a Tesla if you want basically an electric car.
They don't have any moral compass. What they have.
None of them ever did.
How can we make more money?
Did? Do you think?
Nope.
Of course, none of them have a moral compass.
I could think of one billionaire that has a moral compass.
What, Buffett?
And it's Jeff Bezos' ex-wife.
Okay, well, there you go. And who knows if she's just doing it for spite. The point is, though, is that it can be true that these people are awful people. And I think that is true. And it doesn't mean, though, that you have to shit all over really cool technology. Those two things are separate. And someone will come along, just like Zuckerberg, who I don't trust either, is going, okay, well, I'm not going to sell my augmented reality Meta 3 with great AR pass-through is nowhere near as good as the $3,500 Apple Vision Pro, but it's good enough to deliver on a lot of the promises, right? That's when someone will come along and say their greed will drive them to bring the price down of the better mousetrap and sell it to people who can afford it. I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah, I'm not anti-progress or anti-tech. My brain always, I spent too many years quality testing games to where I'm always like, how can this break something? Why is this happening? Ooh, we need to change this because of this. You know what I mean? So like, I always am like quality assurancing anything. So when I look at like AI, for instance, there's some AI I think is fantastic because it's only being used as a tool. And it's not replacing a human. It's just aiding a human to do something easier. I am for that. What I'm not for is, what's eventually going to happen. We all know it is, hey, we don't need to pay a writer who's union and have to deal with all that crap. Let's just have AI write this shit. We'll just get one producer that's got some ideas.
What's the problem with one producer that's got some ideas and AI writes it? What's the problem if the audience says that's good enough for me?
Well, the problem for me is it's tech bro tech replacing someone's ability to feed their family.
Okay, but that's then
And
argue. Okay,
I
but
don't
wait
think
a
it'll
minute.
ever
Then
be as good.
that you're arguing two different things now.
Yes, but I'm just the first one. Stick with the first one.
Well, the first one, which is people can't feed their family, that's a different issue. If we want to have a conversation about how awful we are to our society and how we don't take care of each other, and capitalism is absolutely destroying us, even though it's better than a lot
it's
of
not
other
capitalism.
ideas. Well, it's unregulated capitalism that
It's
has
lobbyism.
Which is capitalism.
Once lobbyism was
yeah,
made
but it's
legal,
all. I understand that, but
it
it's
just
all
allows
capitalism.
rich people to say we don't want that law, and then the government goes, "Well, we need to protect."
I
the
know
public.
exactly
And then
what
they
it is,
go,
but what
"Here's
I'm saying
money."
is
Never mind.
it's born out of our capitalist society that says more is better, greed is good, and you can never have enough. That's what I'm saying. And so it has allowed a lot of these decisions to come in and stick, and it's destroying everything.
You know what amazes me?
But hang on. But
Yep, go ahead.
The idea though of I can be opposed to the negatives that a lot of these technological advancements will bring, and they always do in terms of people losing jobs. I can be opposed to how we don't do a good job taking care of people, and still be excited about the possibility of the value of the technology. They're different
That's what I was going
things.
to say. I literally was going to say it's like Mark Zuckerberg is so, and the Apple guy, can never remember his name,
Tim
whatever.
Cook. Yeah.
They just want people to be walking around LA with these awesome multi-$1,000 glasses. So when they walk through fucking Skid Row with hundreds of fucking homeless people, they won't see that. They'll see palm trees and starlets walking the sidewalks. Meanwhile, if you would have took 1/4 expenditure
But you're
on
saying
AI
yes,
from Zuckerberg, you
you're
could
saying,
fucking put every
you're
homeless
saying,
person in LA in a house.
Here's what's even worse is
Not a good house, but a house.
you're saying nothing new.
I know.
That's what's even
sickening
worse
to me about
There's
humanity.
nothing about that perspective that we're not all aware of, that we don't all know. We just have to survive long enough to evolve out of being greedy assholes.
But you know why it wasn't so bad in the 50s?
Yeah, because it was bad for a lot of people, but it wasn't bad for some people.
Because the rich people, they were allowed to be rich, own companies, have nice stuff, but they had to pay a fuck ton of taxes.
You guys are agreeing too much for me to let this go on.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored now because
I need to fight off you. Look,
hey,
the world is amazing. Capitalism is fucking awesome. I love this.
We don't have capitalism. I wish we had capitalism.
Here's the thing: when you say like, "Oh, it was better in the '50s," no, it fucking was not.
It was if you were like a straight white man.
No, even if you were a straight white man, you'd die of diabetes because you had no idea that you had that fucking illness.
I mean,
right?
I mean, society.
You would fucking eat food that the FDA did not approve
I'm so bored. I'm so bored.
America is amazing. I love America.
Jaffe, Avowed. When you play Avowed,
I'm going to play it right after this stream.
Are you going to do melee, magic, or guns?
I don't fucking know. I've not played it yet.
All right.
But I'm excited for it. I've heard good and bad things.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but I'll be streaming it in about an hour, so tune in. Let's talk about it then.
Yeah, I'll be back by then. Okay, cool.
All right.
Later, man.
There he goes. Ravnos off into the evening. Look, let's wrap this up on a great note. I have some things to show you that I think will bring joy to your heart and soul. The first one is my new favorite Twitter feed, Psychotronica, I think is what it's called. I don't know what this movie is. It's a movie called Slugs that came out in 1988. It's from Spain. And I want to have a baby with it is what I would say. Here we go. It's only like don't be a baby. It's a 13-second scene. This is delightful.
Oh my
I mean, you know.
Oh my
I love it. I don't know why I love it. I don't know why I love it as much as I do, but I do. So fuck off. There you go. Let's keep going. I got more stuff for you, baby. I discovered I discovered this guy's YouTube channel. He has 41,000 subs, and I love his voice, and I love what he does with his content. If you love comic books like I do, and if you don't, fuck off. It's called SF Comics, and I'll just play you one of his shorts. They're shorts. They don't go on very long. But what he does is he reads comic books, and he just gives you a really cool encapsulation of the scenarios, and not even the whole comic, just moments, right? So here's one called After Finding His Old Costume, Old Spider-Man Doesn't Hold Back. Watch this one. Wait, hang on, I need the audio. Right here. Okay. Can it be bigger? There we go.
In a future where New York is ruled by Kingpin, an old Spider-Man is sent back in time to try and stop Fisk. When he arrives, Peter immediately abandons the mission to go and find MJ. He breaks into their old apartment, only to find a stranger living there. Peter slams the man against the wall, demanding to know where MJ is. But before he can get answers, Vulture and Beetle interrupt him. With no time to waste, Peter stops holding back. He slams Beetle's head into the wall, then leaps out of the building while choking Vulture with his webs. Fighting the villain midair, Spider-Man asks where MJ is. But when Vulture claims he doesn't know, Peter kills him by dropping him onto a parked car below. Returning to the apartment, Peter finds Beetle barely alive. He tries to interrogate him, but the villain dies in his arms before giving any answers. After finding his old costume, Peter leaves, determined to continue his search. Spider-Man breaks into the Daily Bugle, confronting J. Jonah Jameson in his office. Peter demands to know where MJ is, but Jameson doesn't know. Robbie Robertson walks in, alarmed by the commotion, and when Peter pleads for his help, Robbie agrees to check Parker's records to locate MJ. Jameson pulls out a gun, aiming to shoot Spider-Man in the back. Peter dodges, but Robbie isn't so lucky. Spider-Man swings out of the building as Jameson screams at him, blaming Spider-Man for Robbie's death. With only one place left to turn, Peter knocks on Aunt May's door. She welcomes him in, explaining her eyesight failed long ago, but she offers to make some tea. With tears running down his face, Peter asks if she knows where Mary Jane is. May tells him she hasn't spoken to MJ since Peter died, but she believes she's still out there somewhere. Peter leaves, convinced that with him out of the picture, MJ will be safe. But as he walks away, Venom ambushes him. As they fight, Spider-Man tells the symbiote that his story is over, and with MJ alive, his responsibilities have ended. But when Venom reveals its host, MJ tells Peter that they are just getting started. In a future where New York is ruled by King...
I think that's awesome. You guys are bitching about AI. I don't think that's AI voice. If that's AI voice, that's pretty fucking good. That's pretty fucking good. Atticus Magoo says, so annoying, these AI narrative voices. That doesn't sound like... I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. That sounds real to me. It's real to me, damn it. Anyway, I like that site. If you're into comic books and shit, I recommend it. Also, the last thing I want to show you today is this is pretty fucking cool. Yeah, MJ is fucking Venom. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I don't think it's an AI. I don't think it's an AI thing. Oh, is that boring, Sky? What are you talking about? Okay, well, hopefully this won't bore you. This is pretty cool. That's text to speech. I don't know. It sounds great to me, whatever it is. Okay. This is real. It's not been built yet, but it has been designed and it's on the market if you've got $2.3 billion to spare. $2.3 billion to spare. It is, my delightful friends, it is a submarine yacht. You don't believe me? Well, here it is. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but this is a submarine yacht. You can buy it right now and they will build it for you. They will staff it for you. Pretty cool. Here we go.
To the M5, and it is the focus of my video today. The M7 Migaloo is 928 feet long and is the most expensive in the series. It is the largest submersible super yacht in the world, and it costs a whopping $2.3 billion. I can definitely understand why, and in a while you will too.
You goddamn right, Tony. Tony Sheet says, screw them, Jaffe. SF Comics is cool, right? That is totally cool. I don't know what's wrong with these people. By the way, Mute Mo has been a great member of our community forever, 43 months. He says, thanks, buddy. He says, where's Affarelli? I don't know. I don't know where he is, man. That's a good point. He used to be all over this stream. I hope he's still alive. One Pump Man, 25 months. Thanks, buddy. He says, have you gone back to Stalker 2? They just updated it and the AI keeps getting better and better. You now can run into aftermaths of gunfights. One Pump, I have not gone back to it. I would like to. I would like to very, very much, and I hope I have time. But I just haven't had the time with so many other things to play. But I remember really enjoying it and liking it a great deal. And I thought the weather was fucking awesome in that game when it gets into storms. So I'll go back to it. Kevin Sal, thank you for the super chat. He says, what would your comic book character be if you made one? I actually made a comic book character when I was a kid and sent it to Marvel. It's called Lightning Man. And they sent me a very nice, I was like 6. And they sent me like Spider-Man was on the letter on the what's it called? The stationery and everything. If I was to make a comic book character though, I'd like to do something maybe with parallel dimensions, or maybe I'd call the guy Mandela, and it would be like Mandela effect. So he has the ability to sort of at will move in and out of different versions of the same universe. But it drives him crazier and crazier every time he jumps a track. But he's able to bring things back from other tracks into this world and that world and stuff. I think there could be an interesting story there, but that would be cool. Okay, to me anyway. All right, but he would be Mandela. Here we go.
Calling this baby an underwater mansion is probably an understatement. This super expensive submarine super yacht is named after an extremely rare and famous albino humpback whale. It is believed that Megaloo is the only pure white adult humpback whale alive today, almost similar to this rare yacht, which is white unlike conventional submarines. In this vessel you can find almost everything imaginable, but let's start with the exterior. It is perhaps the fanciest in the submarine super yacht series. It was inspired by the Zumwalt-class destroyer and measures about 930 feet long. When on the surface, it can travel at a speed of 32 knots. That's 36.8 miles per hour. Underwater, it can travel at 21 knots, or 24 miles per hour. Exactly how deep can this innovative creation go? Well, it can travel as deep as 457 meters, or 1,000 feet. That's definitely way more than I can achieve while scuba diving. Imagine all a person would be able to observe and explore at that depth. You don't need to be a marine biologist, you just need to be rich. Moving on. When sailing above the water, the Megaloo M7 functions just like a mega yacht. The vessel shutters for underwater mode, and the hull has been fashioned after US Navy sub-safe safety standards. But enough about that. It's the interior that has me standing with my mouth wide open, just hoping for a few $1 billion to fall inside. In this yacht, there is about 22,600 square feet to play with. There is a spa and wellness area, a fully equipped gym, and a cinema. In addition, there are bars, lounges, jacuzzis, and a pool. Of course, a submarine yacht would be incomplete without an underwater viewing room, and I reckon I'll be spending a lot of time in there.
What a fun life to be. Like, could you be rich like that, but also be kind? Like, can you imagine having that kind of money to just do fun shit like that, but you haven't hurt people to make that kind of money, and you haven't built your wealth off the backs of innocent people that got fucked. What a joy. What a fun life to have a yacht like this. And you could just kind of go, it's like, yeah, let's go out into the yacht for a month. Let's bring our friends and hang out underwater. I think that'd be cool, man. That'd be cool.
When I finally buy one of these babies. If you're a billionaire, you also need somewhere for your helicopter, right? Not to worry. The Megaloo M7 comes equipped with a helicopter hangar. Oh yes, and I can't leave out the luxurious dining room which can sit 36 guests. Stellar accommodation is provided for guests. There are 8 VIP suites in addition to the...
Attica says soon AI will be giving fake news to fuel the Trump supporters. I mean, it already is, left and right. I had somebody the other day send me the AI thing of Trump Musk kid in the Oval Office, and it's like, will you shut up or whatever? And it's like, dude, that's not real. He didn't say that. I mean, I wish he would have, But yeah, I mean, it's already happening. I mean, we're all fucked. I mean, we are all fucked. And, you know, I'm still an optimist, but, you know, I mean, Putin is sitting in Russia right now, sitting pretty, very fucking happy, going, I got it. I won. I was able to use the tech and use my, you know, history with running the KGB and manipulating people, and I can get people to believe anything now. It doesn't even matter if it's anti-American. It doesn't even, nobody cares. It's staggering, man. It's fucking staggering. That literally we've got Trump coming out yesterday and saying, you know, well, Russia fought Ukraine for that land, and so he should be able to just have it now. And it's like, what? He invaded. But, you know, we are all fucked, but I'm still an optimist. Yeah. Because end of the day, we're just in a show. It's just, you know, it's not real. None of it really matters. It's the scenario in which we live is going to hell. But it's not about it's not the point, RPG. You're missing the point. Do you really think Ukraine could win this shit? Really? You're fucking American. You should be opposed to countries invading other countries that did nothing wrong. That's what you should have a problem with. Not the fact that, well, they couldn't win it without us. It's not the point. Whether we help them or hurt them or don't do anything, we shouldn't be celebrating. Oh, well, might is right. They took it. Where are you going? Okay. Is it raining yet? Yeah, it's been raining. I got these when I can't hear. Be safe. Have fun. Yeah. Love you, bud. We shouldn't be celebrating that shit, no matter who you vote for. Yeah, trade war. I mean, it's ridiculous. And again, it is American. I don't want to get into it with you guys because I don't care who you voted for, but I do care that there's a lot of people that will just echo anything on both sides. Look at the yacht.
The owner's suite, which is located on a private deck. This is one of the most impressive areas.
I'm sorry, are you guys telling me this is an AI voice? If this is an AI voice, I'm impressed. I'm fucking impressed.
As it covers 2,100 square meters. With such a massive vessel, one would definitely require staff, and there are separate quarters available for at least 25 crew members. Whether you are part of the crew
on a private deck, that's right, Hector.
A guest, or the owner, the transparent walls are sure to create a magical effect. Imagine relaxing while observing the fascinating world below. A refreshing experience indeed. One of the best things is that if a person is not satisfied with the interior design, it can be customized to suit his or her tastes. The Migaloo M7 is also very technologically advanced. It is able to remain underwater for weeks, and it is built to withstand turbulent waters. Its safety appears to be unparalleled, as its design is shockproof and its security features are supreme. It is also climate controlled, so occupants can consider themselves safe from storms or turbulent weather. Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking, hey, so I can just buy my submarine yacht and immediately go wherever I please? Cool. Not exactly. The training to pilot one of these vessels can take up to 4 months. Another thing is that while you technically can travel anywhere, you still have to be careful because some territories are not too keen on having random billionaires traversing their waters. For example, Greece and France are concerned about the antiques they have at the bottom of the sea and are worried about people fooling around and taking these valuable historical items away. Therefore, before arriving, they'd have to inform the authorities that they have no intentions of stealing antiques, but would simply like to see them. Now, if the luxury and high-tech features are not enough to impress you, here is something that will. The Migaloo comes with its own private island for docking the vessel. This man-made facility in the ocean is named Kokomo Island. It is 117 meters long and contains luxurious suites, spas, bars, and pools. I love the natural effect and how they tried to make it contain some of the features of a real island while still giving it a futuristic touch. Heck, I would buy the island minus the yacht just to have my own secret hideaway. The owner's penthouse is located on the top, 262 feet above.
Wait a minute, sir. I'm looking for the owner. Oh, he's up top.
the sea. And up here, it'd definitely be hard for me not to feel like King Neptune looking down on all my subjects. The owner is transported to this luxurious suite in a glass elevator. If the spa on the yacht did not suffice, there's one on the island as well. There's a barbecue and dining area, beach clubs, a beach gym, and a dining salon. In addition to all of this, there's an outdoor stage. Because if you're wealthy, why not hire some entertainers to complete your island experience? Oh, and I can't forget the helideck. You don't have to access your island via your super expensive...
Stop making fun of this. PK says all it takes is one wave during a storm and it's gone. Let me have something. Let me have some joy, you asshole.
Submarine mega yacht if you don't want to. You can simply fly there in your helicopter. There is a park, a jungle deck with a waterfall pool, a garden, and a shark feeding station. This revolutionary island is still up for grabs, and whoever intends to buy it needs to act quickly because the company is not willing to make more than one. It's a total surprise to me that no one has bought it yet. The most interesting thing about all of this is that the submarine and the island are currently concepts. The company is waiting for that one billionaire to make an order. I can't wait to find out who finally gives in. If you were a billionaire with this yacht and island...
Let me explain something to you, though. Elon Musk is worth how much? 20, 40, 80 billion dollars? Let's find out. I mean, this is all he needs to complete the truth or to reveal the truth that we are living in a simulation and it's a James Bond movie. How much is Elon worth? 300. I mean, it is vulgar. It is vulgar that this man is worth this much money. Okay? But he could afford this without even thinking about it. And he's exactly the kind of guy that would have a secret agent yacht submarine and a goddamn island. How is this allowed? How are we okay with this? This should not be legal. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. It just shouldn't. Now, I know a lot of this wealth is on paper, but still. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Why do I want to buy it? I don't really want to buy it. I just want to play in it. I don't want to deal with all the taxes and maintenance and all that shit, but it's cool. It's cool. People like this are broken, though. They can't relate to real people. They have too much power in our society. It's unacceptable. You know, I'm not scared of taxes. I think we should tax a lot more fucking people. A lot more money than they get taxed. But, you know, God forbid, everybody has a fantasy they're going to end up Elon Musk. I did see, Ivan. We watched the trailer earlier on today's stream. All right, fellas. Well, look, here's what's going on today. It is 3:30 here in San Diego. I'm going to take half an hour to get some lunch, whatever it's called. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to stream a couple of things. I'm going to stream about 20 minutes of this new Metroidvania meets Metal Slug called Guns of Fury. And then I'm going to obviously jump to Avowed. We're going to stream that for a little bit. And then don't forget, tonight at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock tonight is this. We will be watching the DICE Awards, which is from Vegas. It's the industry award show for video games. It is absolutely excellent. Nominees this year, better than Keeley's, better than GDC. It's going to be great. So that will be happening at 8 o'clock California time. Hopefully I'll see you there, or I'll see you in our Avowed stream coming up really, really soon. Just got to get some food. Tech Protect. Am I missing anything? By the way, Alyssa is coming on next week, not this week. We are going to look into doing the Twisted Metal fan game. I got to get my controller set up. I don't know. There was something else, but we'll give you guys.
Yeah, give me a portion of 5 minutes of the stream later today to announce the winners for the Steam keys. And I think that's it. I have reminders for you for other stuff, but for next stream, give the announcement. I'll post it in the Discord. Your name will be there if you want.
Okay, yeah. And by the way, yeah, so Wayne B, any chance the 11-minute video of Tides of Annihilation? I'll either stream that live tonight or we'll watch it on tomorrow's stream, unless it's just terrible and boring, but I don't think it will be. So I'm looking forward to it. All right, you guys be well. I'll see you in 30 minutes for Avowed or on the next stream. Tech, I'll call you in a few minutes. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, I'm looking for this. Be well.